So is Pakistan extending an olive branch now to India, and can India take the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's word seriously? Joining me now, Sharad Sabharwal is former India High Commissioner to Pakistan, and Ali Sarwar Naqvi, senior diplomat from Pakistan. Appreciate both of you joining us. Sharad Sabharwal, how would you respond to what you heard from Shehbaz Sharif? Do you see it as a genuine overture to India, or a country that is sinking on the economic front, making a reach out in desperate times?
No, even if you assume that they are trying to reach out because of there are serious economic problems. One of the reasons for the problems of Pakistan's economy is its adversarial posture towards a much bigger and better endowed India. That is an issue which they sidestep very often. But even if we assume that this is an attempt to reach out to India because of Pakistan's difficulties, it's nothing new, Rajdeep. If you look at its essence, what does it say? The wars have caused poverty and misery to the people. We have learnt our lessons. We want to live in peace, but that requires talking on various issues, including to resolve burning issues like Kashmir, etc., etc. Then he alleges violation of human rights in Kashmir, and then persecution of minorities in India, and says India must end all these actions to prove its sincerity, to sit with us and talk. And as if negativity in his statement was not enough, the Pakistan Prime Minister's office has issued a clarification in which they say that talks cannot be held with India until India's, within quotes, illegal step of August 5, 2019 is reversed. And then peace, resolution of Kashmir should be in accordance with the UN resolutions, etc., etc., the works.
So you don't see any real change. You don't see any substantive change at all in the Pakistani position. Am I correct?
No, it's of a piece with what they have been saying earlier. So what is new in it?
Ali Sarwar Naqvi, do we, tali do haath se bajti hai. You can't say we want to have constructive talks with India and then said all these preconditions, some of which Sharad Sabharwal listed out, target India for what you believe is India's attitude towards minorities, and then expect the trust deficit to be reduced. What is Pakistan offering which is new?
Whether new or old, that's not the issue. The point is that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has made an offer for talks, and this is something that is a forward movement towards India. Now, we have gone through this exercise many a times before, and what I worry about is that even if we have talks, and even if some modicum of interaction is agreed upon, it won't lead to any outcome or result, because the positions are very hard on each side. And we, of course, have the position that Kashmir is an issue that must be resolved. The minorities must be treated well, and we
no, but India's concerns, with due regard, Mr. Naqvi, India's concerns are about cross-border terror. Only today, a Pakistani terrorist involved in 26/11 has been declared a global terrorist. Many of them continue to be based in Pakistan. We continue to see terror attacks on Indian soil. So, I mean, India, the fact is the proof must lie in the pudding. Where is Pakistan's resolve to a crackdown on terror? Just as you have concerns on Kashmir, we have serious concerns on your sponsoring terror. So how is that going to eventually result in reducing the trust deficit?
This is something that has been always stuck to us, labeled. We have been labeled as a state sponsor of terrorism and all that. But the rest of the world does not accept the Indian narrative, by the way. Terrorism is a global problem. It's a regional problem, and Pakistan, as much as any other country, tries to deal with it. We have launched the biggest military operation against terrorism for 4 years, called the Zarbul Azm, which considerably reduced terrorism within Pakistan. Now, again, there is a problem because of the Pakistan Taliban and the Daesh and the Islamic Khorasan movement and all that. So this is an ongoing problem that if you keep on sticking it to Pakistan and saying that Pakistan is behind all this, you're wrong.
Okay,
this is not how
you're saying
it should be seen.
Look, so therefore, Sharad Sabharwal, in conclusion, are we back to square one that for all this talk of, I want to talk to Prime Minister Modi, we've learnt our lessons from war, are we back to square one, or do you see a shift taking place gradually because of the economic crisis, in particular in Pakistan today?
Well, I would say the situation remains where it was. You see, after we took our August 5, 2019 step, the then Imran Khan government had no effective answer to that move. So they painted Pakistan into a corner by A, suspending trade with India, which harms the Pakistani economy, B, asking for reversal of that step, which is not going to happen, certainly not in response to a Pakistani demand. So the situation remains where it was. And I think, Ajdi, we must recognize that Pakistan at the moment is a highly divided polity. Shehbaz Sharif's government faces difficult elections. First in Punjab, where assembly has been dissolved, elections must be held within 90 days as per the constitution. Down the line this year, they are also going to have elections to the federal legislature. Now, in that, he faces PTI, Imran Khan, who is growing in popularity. And PMLN-led government has lost its popularity also because of some steps that it had to take to stabilize the economy, a goal which has nonetheless not been achieved. Now, under those circumstances, there is very little room for maneuver. So, what kind of gesture is he in a position to make if he wishes to make?
In a way, what you're saying is that the more things change, in a way, the more they remain the same. The options, in a way, for the Shehbaz Sharif government, particularly in the turbulent political and economic times of Pakistan, remain limited. Appreciate both of you joining me here on the news today. Thanks very much.